Hello, my friends. Welcome back to just another random video. Look, guys, I just want to apologize real quick because I said I was going to upload weekly and I uploaded one video on my YouTube channel and I never uploaded again after that. So I would like to apologize. I will try to be more consistent in the future. But I'm here with my friend Uriah. Say hello.
Oh, hi. Sorry. Hi.
So today or tonight actually, we're doing a vegetable tier list because I was bored and he was bored. So yeah. So let's get this party started. First up, we got peas. Like this is
I don't
like
have a lot to say about peas, low key.
me neither. It's pretty mid. I mean, there's no versatility with peas. It's a pretty simple dish though. Like it's a good side, but there's just so many better sides than peas. So it's like, it's
And also
it's in
like
mid.
I've seen a lot of dishes with there's a lot of classic dishes that I'd say.
Mhm. Peas, I mean like I'm a go C tier on peas if I'm being honest. It's completely mid. It's not good or bad. It's just like it's outclassed by so many other vegetables. So, can we agree on C tier? I wouldn't be mad with B tier
Yes,
either,
easily.
but yeah, I'm gonna go C tier though. Next up we have is this zucchini. I think that's zucchini.
Yeah, that's zucchini.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and be that nerd here. Technically, zucchini is a type of fruit. Botanically speaking, zucchini is a fruit. But you know what? We're just gonna get past that. We're just gonna get through this tier list and not be a nerd.
I mean, like, so are tomatoes, but they're on here too. So
Yeah, yeah. So you know what? D tier because it's not a vegetable.
yeah, tomatoes would technically go there, but tomatoes are so versatile that I would have to say tomatoes would be higher, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Okay. What's this? Are these? Oh, green beans. Green beans. Eh.
I think so. It
Yeah,
looks like
those.
it. It looks
Yeah,
like it.
those are green beans. Um, I don't have much to say about green beans either. They're also kind of a mid vegetable, like in the sense of like. Well, actually, let me take that back. Fresh green beans are better than canned green beans. I don't know.
Easily agree with that.
It.
Anything fresh is usually better than anything in the can, I would say. There's like
Yeah.
very few exceptions for that. Very few.
Yeah. I mean, if you ever had some fresh green beans, you know how different that hits. They gotta cook them right though. They gotta cook them right, and fresh green beans hits different.
On God, on God.
But at the same time, like what makes a vegetable a good vegetable is it's just like the versatility is a main thing because you want to eat it again and again, right? Like you want to be able to eat it again and again without getting bored of it. And green beans probably gets
Yeah, yeah.
boring very quickly. So,
It does, but unless you prepare them in different ways, looky.
but let's be real, like how many ways is there really to prepare green beans? If we're being
Like
honest with
three,
each
but
other.
I'm trying to give it something here.
I'll give it B tier because it's good on its own. It's really not bad at all. Like I'm
Yeah, because
it's
I would say green beans is one of the few other vegetables that I can eat by itself and be
mhm.
fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would eat that. Yeah, beets. Actually, I might put it in A tier, honestly. A vegetable you can eat by itself is actually pretty banger, Pretty much a banger right there. I'll
Yeah,
give it
kind of like
like
with cucumbers. You can eat
yeah,
cucumbers by themselves, I would say.
yeah. I'll give it a low A tier. A minus, if you will.
A
They
minus.
should have added an F tier on this, but look at yeah, whatever. We'll just use D tier as F tier, I guess. Since D tier is kind of useless anyways. Uh Next we have onions. Alright, so me personally, I find the texture of onions to be absolutely atrocious. I don't so much mind the taste as I do the texture of it. When I'm eating some food, like some rice or something, and I bite into an onion, whether it's hard or soft, pause, I hate it every
Yo.
single time. I hate it every single time. And like if you use onions to season your food, that's one thing, right? Like if you boil like for example your beans with onions and some other like vegetables, then that's fine. But if you use onions in the dish, like actively in the dish, I don't like you. I hate you because I hate onion texture. It's so horrendous to me. And for that, I would put it in C tier because it's a staple in flavoring your food. I will agree with that. But at the same time, why does the texture have to be so horrendous, bro? Like, ugh.
I understand what you mean because I'm a huge fan of onions. I like onions in like almost all like forms, but since I'm a big fan of, I like to mix my food really good whenever I eat it, unless it's meant to be
Mhm.
separate. I like to mix my food really good, so I don't really pay attention to individual textures when it comes to like, especially with onions in
Mhm.
a dish, because I treat them like spices almost.
Mhm.
Like it's an accent for it. I don't
Yes.
exactly go searching for the flavor whenever I take a bite of the food. However,
Yeah.
they're there and I know they're there,
Yeah.
is what I'll say.
Notably, this is a vegetable in which you don't really eat on its own unless you're a fucking psycho. So,
Nobody eats onion solo. Like, what is wrong with you?
with that being said, I'm not gonna give it F tier. D tier is F tier in this tier list, by the way, for me at least. But I'm gonna give it C tier because while for me texture is a big thing in food, I know it's not a big thing for everybody. And on top of that, the flavor is undeniably good. The way it adds to a dish is perfect. And arguably, it could be in B or even A tier, honestly. But for me, it's a C tier. What do you say?
I would put it personally in B, but then again, everyone has different tastes. So, for the sake of this, C tier is what we can agree on here.
All right, C tier it is. All right, next vegetable, which is also a fruit, cucumber. This is a banger, honestly. This is a
Honestly,
banger.
banger. I've never had bad cucumber.
Yeah, and even if it's not a vegetable, we're gonna put it in A tier because of how good it is. Like it's just a good snack to munch on. It's also not very calorie dense, so if you're on that diet,
Yeah, like
you can just munch on this.
yeah, exactly. It may
Um,
taste like nothing, low key. It may taste like straight up water. However,
it is
it's like
pretty
if you
much straight up
season
water.
them or if you like put in like I don't know.
Put some
It's not
salt.
peas, not
You
peanut
can
butter.
put some
Yeah,
salt. You can put some tahini on it. Like do what you want,
they're
man.
very versatile and useful for like a nice like
Yeah,
light snack.
yeah. All right, next we got celery. Mmm.
Celery is like on par with cucumber here, low key, but celery ants on a log is really good.
All
I
right.
will say.
So me personally, celery is a big hit or miss for me because you gotta know how to prepare celery, right? Also, I understand the ants on the log argument, but like, there's so many better snack vegetables. Like right off the bat, we're gonna name off cucumber, even though it's not a vegetable. Cucumbers are way better than celery. All right, we got
Yeah, like easily.
we just got so much better stuff. We got carrots. Carrots are on this list, and we're not gonna get to it right now, but carrots are better. They're so much better. I mean, honestly, I think lettuce is better. If we're being honest, I think lettuce is better. Low key, not by much,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
can
better.
agree with that. Simply because like with celery, it's kind of the only snack that you can really name off like the top of my head
Hmm.
with like the ants on the log argument. That's kind of it. Like that's all celery really has going for it.
Yeah, I mean, you can use celery as my mom she cooks her rice sometimes with some celery in it, along with some other vegetables and some meat and stuff like that. So she will like put lentils, celery, hot dog, like bits of. I think it's not Vienna sausage. I don't think. I think it's just hot dogs, like cut up hot dogs. But no, actually, it might be Vienna sausage. But point is, like, celery is good to add to a dish. I believe. Like, if you chop it up and just add it to a dish, it's not bad at all. Like, if you add it to some macaroni salad, that's not bad at all. If we're being honest with each other here.
Yeah, I can understand.
So I think for that reason, because remember earlier we were talking about a snack. Like celery is not only a snack. I feel like there's better uses for celery than it being a snack because we already got some really good snacks.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm gonna give it a B tier. because me personally, it's just not it doesn't stand out to me. So I think B tier is
Yeah, it's
fair
not
here.
something. It's not anything crazy like broccoli, but it's there. It's there.
Yeah, yeah. Next up, I don't even know what the hell is this artichoke. I think this is artichoke. Oh, I gotta look this up. I gotta look this up.
Mm,
I gotta look this up.
yeah,
But honestly, it kind of looks like a dragon fruit, and dragon fruit is kind of good. But at the same time, it's a vegetable, so how good can it really be? I'm gonna give it a C tier out of faith.
yeah. I'm gonna hope that artichoke isn't bad.
Yeah. So we're gonna give it a C tier because it's just faith. I believe in the artichoke. All right, next up we got bell
I
peppers.
mean, because like artichoke is a cool name anyway. Why
Yeah,
would you give a
that is a
cool
cool
name to
name.
like a horrible vegetable?
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, next up we got bell peppers. Once again, another fruit, but well known as a vegetable, so we'll let it slide. Honestly,
Yeah, it's mostly used as like a vegetable kind of thing in dishes as well.
it's in like the same position as celery. If we're being, because people do eat bell peppers as a snack. There are some health nuts that eat bell peppers as snacks. I think they're crazy because there's a lot better snacks out there, but it's valid. I don't see anything horrendously bad with it. And
Yeah,
honestly,
it's like it's not like onions.
yeah. So yeah, onions like you can only use it as an additive kind of, but bell peppers you can eat it on its own if you want to. It's not generally recommended by the common populace, but you can eat them on their own if you want, you know.
Yeah, I
And
mean I've seen it. Like the what
mhm,
is it? It's like a Balkan breakfast or something like that.
mhm. Me personally, I'm gonna put like I don't know. Me personally, bell peppers are just not it for me. They're good, like I
Yeah, I'm
said.
not a
Like
huge fan of them in general either.
I don't like I don't like eating bell peppers. I mean, shit, they have some really good flavor to the food though, undeniably. Like my mom throws some like when she boils her beans because she makes like sopa con arroz y frijoles, which is rice and bean soup. It's really good, and what she adds to it to add to the flavors, onions, bell peppers, and something else I can't name off the top of my head. But those are the main things she uses, and it turns out pretty fucking good every single time. So for that reason, I'll put bell pepper probably same as the celery, B tier, if we're being honest with each other.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Not too good, not too bad. I mean, it's not necessarily not good. It's just it's a fucking additive. We can't put it in. It's got to be an absolute banger of an additive if it's gonna go anywhere higher than B. So Also, what the fuck is pumpkin doing
Yeah, I
in
see
here?
it as more of as an accent to a dish than something super
Mm-hmm.
standalone. For
Anyways,
example, like a pumpkin. You can eat pumpkin by itself 'cause that's next, isn't like that's up there, right?
no. Up next is
Is that a pumpkin?
beans. Yeah, this is a pumpkin. This is a pumpkin, which is also fruit. And you know what? We'll get it out of the way. It's D tier. Because what can you do with a fucking pumpkin other than make some damn pie?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, there are some like decent pumpkin dishes. Like, well, I mean, like there's pumpkin pie. I mean, actually, you know what? There isn't really much else. I lied. Um,
Pumpkin spice is good though. So
pumpkin spice is pretty good.
I'll give it to C tier because of the pumpkin spice, but no higher than that because eh. Actually, you know what? B tier. Pumpkin spice is just that good for me.
You know what?
Uh,
Fair enough.
Not long ago, actually, I tried some pumpkin spice meat rub. It was really good. Really,
That
really
actually
good.
sounds kind of fire.
Oh yeah, it is fire crust. Yeah, I was in Iowa to see some family, and we went to like this shopping center or something, and it's in Des Moines, by the way. But there was this guy, upstanding guy, man. It was an old man, like white guy, long beard, like lovely individual. Honestly, he was a great guy, and he had me try all the meat rubs that he had. They were all really good. My favorite was the pumpkin spice. It was delicious. So I really wish I were. I have a business card somewhere. I'll probably put it in the description if I ever find it. But or some meat rub from that guy for sure. If you are looking to, get some brisket done, do a steak, whatever it may be. But anyways,
I'm keeping that in mind.
next we got beans. Now I'm gonna ask your opinion on it because I think you know what my opinion on it is already.
What is that? Hold on, let me look.
Beans, just beans in general.
Bean. Okay, okay. Like that's just like there's no other bean on this tier list. It's just beans.
Yeah, it's just beans.
It really highly depends on the bean. Like
Agreed.
lima beans, like those are
Gas, but
lima beans, pinto beans, stuff
pinto
like
beans are
that.
good.
Lentils, like those are stuff that I
Lentils,
have a lot. So I would like,
lentils are
yeah,
fire.
yeah. I
I
put
fuck with
those in high
lentils.
regard because I like them and I've had them on multiple occasions and they've always been good. But like, there's probably like thousands of other beans that I haven't tried, or like hundreds, or I don't even know how many beans there are.
Let's
But
keep it simple.
so
Let's
I
keep it
can't
simple.
exactly say anything here because it's just beans as a whole.
All right, I'm a step in here. Look, the beans that are eaten the most are eaten the most for a fucking reason. Undeniably, the black bean is probably the goat of beans. You can do a lot of things with
Agreed.
black beans. All right. And me personally, my people, I mean, we work with beans all the fucking time. Let's be real. Hispanic people in general work with beans all the fucking time. I mean, people of all cultures, for that matter, work with beans all the fucking time, you know?
Yeah,
Beans
literally.
are amazing. You can eat them on their own. You can eat them, fuck it. You can use them as a dipping sauce. You can use them in a dish with some rice. Bro, rice and beans is fucking elite, dude. That's like S tier food right there for me. Like, if I'm being so real.
Oh, it's so good because you can have it by itself
Yeah.
too.
And it doesn't really matter what kind of bean it is, unless it's like a white person. There's like, you know what a white person bean is when you see it. Like, there's white people beans, and then there's colored people beans. All right, and we got black beans, we got red beans, we got all types of beans, bro. I don't know what else to tell you, but like for me personally, I like S tier is such an exclusive club for me. Okay, because S tier means like tastes amazing. It's so versatile, anybody will
Cream of the
eat it, you
crop.
know? Like this is the creme de la creme. So I don't know, like I see my instincts are gonna tell me to put this in S, but in deep in my heart, I don't think it's quite there. Because sure, you can put it in a lot of dishes. You can eat it on its own. The taste is elite. But if we're being honest here, the versatility is a little bit limited. It's not incredibly
What makes you
limited
say
like
that?
the
Actually, I'm curious now.
like sure you can eat beans on their own, but like let's be real, unless it's like a spread of some sort or a dip of some sort, you're not really going to be eating beans on their own, you feel me? Like you have that option and it's probably going to be fine. But you you can make like it's so much better if you add another food item to it. You feel me? So it's like
Yes.
it has that, you know, but it's completely optional in that sense. It's not like a you must try this by itself. You feel me? And you can make
Yeah, yeah, I do understand.
you can make it anything into a dipping sauce and make it good. You feel me? But like you can't make something good on its own as a meal and as a whole. You know what I mean? That's that's
Yeah,
gotta be that's an S tier trait for me right there. So for that reason, beans, unfortunately, like really, this really breaks my heart. It's gonna go in like a really high A tier for me. Let me put it
yeah.
high A tier for me. Next up, I think this is bok choy. I think.
I don't even think I've had like bok choy
No,
before,
no, that's not bok.
honestly.
That's not bok choy. Let's compare this
What
shit
is
real
it?
fast. That those might be leeks.
Try
Hold on.
reverse image searching it. What is that?
This might be leeks. Hold on. I only know about leeks from fucking Skyrim. Yep, those are leeks. These are leeks. I've never had leeks. They look
Me
kind of
neither.
good
So I
though.
can't even. I have no opinion on this.
They look like white onions. Are leeks just white onions?
Kinda, yeah.
I don't know, man. Hold on. Yeah, see, look, people. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, leeks and onions are different. Eh,
Like how different?
they have a milder taste. They don't taste as strong. I put that in air quotes because white onions aren't really that strong if you know how to use them. And like leeks are probably used as a seasoning if anything, probably like onions. So I'll put it in C tier because it's probably just an additive. Like you just dice them up and throw them
Yeah, I
in.
don't think I've ever seen like any dishes that feature that are like featuring leek,
Mm,
you know?
yeah. And if we've never really seen it, then for that's probably for a reason. But onto the next
Yeah.
one. Onto the next one. We got avocados, also a fruit. Mm, this is gonna be a little bit
Okay, so
controversial. This is gonna be a little
yeah, a little.
controversial.
I have a lot of controversial things to say about the avocado.
Go for it, bro. Go for it.
I, despite growing up in a household where avocado was featured very often, I like guac. I like avocado, the things made with avocado. Like I'll have this dish my grandma used to make called what's it called? I can't remember the name right now, but it'll come back later. But
Hmm.
I do not actually like avocado at all. I don't like avocado. I've never liked it, and I don't know why that is, but
Hmm.
I've never liked avocado.
So.
Personally, it's because it's a little bit too heavy for me. Despite me liking other heavier things, for a vegetable, quote unquote, it's too heavy for me.
Hmm. So for me, avocados are incredibly mid. Like they're not good or bad for me. For me, they're kind of flavorless. Like one notable famous dish. It's not even really a fucking dish. Is guacamole. Like S tier dipping sauce for some. For me, it's incredibly fucking mid. Like I don't really enjoy guacamole all that much. If I'm being honest with you,
It's alright. I'm gonna be real with you. It's
it's
alright. I haven't had it super often.
yeah, it's okay. Avocado's okay. It's not good or bad. It's just kind of in the middle of like, okay, you can use this as a spread, I guess. It's really healthy though. I mean, shit, undeniably, it's like one of the most healthy plants on this list, if anything. So, I mean, me
Yeah,
personally,
probably.
me personally, I'm gonna give it a C tier because it's good. Like objectively speaking, it's not quite that versatile though either. It's like used as a spread mostly. You can't really. I mean, you can eat it on its own, like I said, but it's a completely It's like with the beans. It's a completely optional thing. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen plenty of people eat avocado just solo by
yeah,
itself.
yeah. Like people usually spread it on toast, or they'll add it to a dish of some sort. Or notably, my mom, she's Honduran. There's a dish called baleadas, and a lot of people in Honduras they put avocado in their baleadas. I'm not one of those people though. I like my shit with just beans and maybe some cheese here and there. Honestly, I usually just eat it with beans and eggs. That's it. But for me, avocados are low key just a C tier because they're just mid like that. Like I don't really see anything that's like amazing about avocados. Nothing that stands out. So C
Yeah,
tier.
I can agree with this.
C tier. Next we got mushrooms.
Ooh, this is a good one. I'm a huge fan of mushrooms. Big fan.
Look, for me, I don't know if it's because I haven't had any good mushrooms, like just like fresh mushrooms, because I don't think I've had fresh mushrooms before. I don't think I've had like the good shit for me personally. So I don't think I can make a judgment call on this one. I think this one's all you, Chief, because I feel like I have to try some really quality mushrooms if I'm being honest. But the ones that I have tried, like they're okay, but the texture of them, the taste was fine for me. I think the texture was what really put me off. But then again, like I said, they weren't like real mushrooms. These were like fake ass mushrooms, if we're being honest with you. So I mean, for me, the texture wasn't like onions though. Like onions, onions could have been an A tier vegetable for me if it weren't for the texture. But with mushrooms, it's different because the texture wasn't that bad to where it lowers it in tiers that much. So for that reason, I would put it in like B tier for me at least.
Personally, I literally just had a mushroom Swiss burger today. So I'm a
Mm-hmm.
huge fan of mushrooms. I'm a huge fan of all types of mushrooms in almost like any way you can prepare a mushroom. I will eat it. I will eat it as a side. I can eat them by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I will eat mushrooms in most ways if possible, if it's available to me,
Mm-hmm.
because I just like them that much. They're personally with crazy, but I personally would put them at an S tier simply because of how much I enjoy them. But that is
There,
my personal taste.
there
That is
ain't
my
no
own
fucking
personal
way.
taste.
Not in anyone's world would it be an S tier. But you know what? I'll give you A tier though. I'll give you A
You
tier.
know what? I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'll give you A tier. I don't know what the fuck this is. Hold on, can I search this? Can I right click it? Here, I'm gonna just let's see what pops up when I search it. No, it just shows up. I don't know what the hell this is. It looks like some sort of. Oh wait, do I recognize this from somewhere? I'm trying to remember if this was the Plants vs Zombies plant. This is usually where I
Oh,
get my
that looks like okra. I think that's okra.
okra. Oh, D tier. I fucking hate okra. I hate okra. I
Yeah, I don't
hate
like it
okra.
either.
I hate okra. And let me tell you why, bruh. So I remember one time I went to a colored individual's house, a person of your ethnic persuasion, all right?
Oh my god, bro. You went to bro's house?
I it was a while ago, but I remember they were like, "Yo, try some okra, bruh." We were snacking on some they were snacking on some okra, and they were like, "Yo, try this," because it was leftover okra. So it probably would that's probably why it tasted so bad, but like on some real shit, bro. I tried that shit. It was fried, by the way. So I thought it was going to be really good, but it was not, man. Okra, it wasn't like make me gag bad. I mean, I think that would have been better for me if we're being honest with you. It was just a bad in like a way that's just like, man, this sucks to eat, man. Like I don't this is not good. It's fucking dreadful, you know? It
Yeah, I
wasn't
see what you
everything
mean.
I thought it would be, you know? Like the flavor was not really there for me. Most of the flavor came from the fucking frying batter. That's not fucking good, bro. The flavor of your
It's
food
really
should not
it's
the flavor of your
yeah.
food should not come from the frying batter. So for that reason, it is going in D/de facto F tier because no, that shouldn't be the fucking case.
No, it really shouldn't be.
All right, up next, what the hell is this? Oh my fucking. Okay, so I'm trying to think of what this could possibly be. It would be really helpful if they had like words on this shit, you know? But they don't, so. Okay, whatever. It's a good thing you recognize that okra because now I'm sitting here like a dumb. You know, we'll skip this. We'll just save that for later.
Yeah, maybe it'll come to us or something.
Sweet potatoes.
I don't like sweet potato. I don't like sweet potato at all.
I think they're okay. Sweet potato pie is pretty good, but that's about it.
Sweet potato pie is pretty good, but like that's about it when it
Yeah.
comes to sweet potato.
Notably, I think the reason why I didn't eat sweet potatoes much was the school sweet potatoes. Those
Oh my
those,
god, those were horrible.
those looked like straight diarrhea, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
And they tasted bad too.
Yeah. I literally I think I puked one time because I tried them.
Ew. I just avoided them completely. I saved myself.
Yeah, I tried them once. I was trying to have some faith in the sweet potatoes, but no, they're
Have
C
no
tier.
faith in anything that's unrecognizable, bro.
They're C tier because of the sweet potato pie though.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Lettuce. This is like the definition of
Lettuce,
this is like the definition of mid. If we're being honest with you,
it's like when you think of vegetable, that's like the first thing that comes to your mind. It's so recognizable as just like the vegetable, I will say.
that's a fair point. But there's also better vegetables. Like so, the main vegetables it's known for is like salad. It's like pretty much salad. Like or and putting it
Yeah,
on
it's mostly just
burgers.
salad, honestly.
Putting it on burgers, some health nuts like to like use it as like a taco thing instead of a taco shell. Um
Yeah. So it's got its uses. It's like it's pretty versatile, I would say. You can use it in like in a bunch of different fields.
oh yeah, for sure. Shredded lettuce goes kind of crazy, adds that little bit of crunch that you need to some dishes if we're being honest.
Yeah.
I don't know, compared to other vegetables, I mean we got shit like spinach and kale though, which are like way better, but
Yeah,
it would I
spinach
would
and kale probably better than cabbage, I would say.
I would be lying though if I said that lettuce wasn't like the pretty much one of the mascots of vegetables. So for that reason, I'm gonna put it in A tier.
Yeah,
Prob
because it's like you think of vegetable, you think
yeah.
cabbage and you think lettuce.
You think lettuce,
Honestly,
you think carrots, you think potatoes. Those are the three
yes,
vegetables that people
absolutely.
are thinking of. You feel me?
Big three.
Big three right there. Anyways, next we got asparagus.
You know how I feel about this.
I
I have
do.
so much to say about asparagus, and none of it is good.
Like, here's the thing, though.
First of all, asparagus. Who named this? Asparagus is a horrible name for a vegetable. Asparagus sucks. It looks horrible. It smells horrible. It makes your piss stink. It's the worst. You look up a picture of how asparagus grows. It is almost comical. Like it grows the way someone is trying to trick you into thinking that's how it grows by just sticking it into the ground. It goes straight up off the ground like a weed.
That's actually crazy.
Like no, I I hate asparagus so much. Asparagus is my least favorite vegetable of all time. I've never liked it. Even when it's being cooked in the kitchen, I am not present. Like I hate it that much.
So I used to hate on asparagus. I tried it. It's not bad for me. It's not. It's not amazing, but notably it does stink. So for that reason, I'm gonna put it in C tier.
It really does stink. It's personally an F tier for me, but you do you.
C tier. I mean, like, it tastes good to me. Oh, I'm not gonna say it tastes good because it does have a weird aftertaste. So I would probably put it in D. But for me, it wasn't bad at all. Like, I didn't fucking die eating asparagus like I did eating okra. You know, cucumbers or zucchinis on here because so many other vegetables outclass it. Honestly, like
Yeah.
zucchini is just not that good. Simply. So I'm actually we're gonna change zucchini to C tier because it's not as bad as okra, and it's not as bad as
Oh yeah, it's nowhere near as bad as either of those things.
yeah. So I'll put zucchini in C tier for now, but asparagus for me is C tier because it's just not that fucking bad for me. If we're being honest. Um, Brussels sprouts. You're black. You probably love these shits. Let's be real.
Dude, you are so right. I love Brussels sprouts. My mom, I think she sautés them or she fries them, but they are so good both of those ways. Brussels sprouts are so good. They're like up there on my personal tier list with broccoli, and broccoli is like my favorite vegetable of all time. So yeah, like Brussels sprouts, it wouldn't be an S tier. I would say high A tier personally,
There's
but
no way,
they are
bro.
really good.
They're not that versatile though.
They're
They're not
not, but
that.
when you have them, I have never had Brussels sprouts that have done me dirty, except maybe like a couple times when it was not home cooked.
You know what? Fair enough. I will say like Brussels sprouts for me, they're not like incredibly tasty. They're not like they don't have that. Oh my god, this is so good factor for
I
me.
don't think you've had them seasoned right then, man.
You know what, bro? I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it, and I'll throw it in A tier because I'm not gonna sit
You know
here
what?
and I'm not gonna sit here
Next
and
time my mom makes some, you gotta pull up and you gotta try them. I
all right,
promise. They're
bro.
really good.
I bet I'll pull up. But for now, it's gonna go in low A tier for me. I would have put it in B tier, but honestly, I don't have anything bad to say about them though, other than the lack of versatility. If we're being honest,
Honestly, yeah.
what is this?
Are those like the green onions or something, or is that something else?
No, I think these are just green beans part two. I think. No, low key, these look like a different type of green bean.
They kind of do, but I'm not really sure. It looks like a stalk kind of thing.
What's funny is that I've cooked and eat these before. Like I just don't know what the fuck they are. Um,
I don't know either, and I'm unsure if I've had them. But if I knew the name, I'd probably.
I mean, seeing as I've seen this and I've prepared this and I've eaten this, in my personal experience, they didn't taste too bad or good. Honestly, now that I think about it, they tasted just like some fucking green beans. So for that reason, I'm gonna put them right with the fucking green beans. Well, no,
Fair
I'll put
enough.
in B tier. I'll put in B tier
Yeah.
because they didn't really stand out to me. The actually These might hold on. I gotta see something. Green bean. These might have been like green beans. Oh, these might actually be the green beans. Then what the hell are these? Oh wait, no, it's a pea. Hold on, what the hell is this? Hold on, I'm gonna mix these up. No, these are green beans then. These are green beans, and what the hell is this?
I think those are a different kind of pea, like the peas in a pod. That might be those.
What if these were both green beans and they like thought these were two different veggies?
Or maybe they're just different kinds, like how there's like a billion beans and there's also, there's probably hundreds of different kinds of stalk beans.
Those might be peas. Cause look at the green beans. They're skinny. Oh wait, no,
Yeah,
look.
I'm pretty sure those are
Look, look,
peas.
look, 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 look. They yeah, no, these are definitely green beans. Okay.
Those
So
are
they're
those are like organic ones, I want to say.
those are both green beans. Enough said. They're both good. They're
Fair
both A
enough.
tier. Oh, next. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh.
Corn.
Corn. Oh,
I already know
oh.
how you feel about this one.
I love corn, bro. But I will say, I don't like what it does to me in the restroom afterwards. But I would be lying if I
Honestly,
didn't
I
say
can't judge you for this.
I would be lying if I say I didn't enjoy it though. I love corn.
I mean, personally, I used to be super huge corn fan when I was like younger because I had corn in a lot of the dishes.
Hmm.
But because I ate it so much, I started to dislike it. So now I don't have corn as often, and I'll try to like opt out of the corn if it's like part of the meal. But will say corn has been like one of the top delicacies of like just in like my lifetime because it's been around a lot. I've had corn a lot.
I think it helps that I haven't had it as often. I've had it pretty often, but I feel like I don't think I've had it as often as you did. Because I didn't have it
Yeah, I
every
had
other
corn
dish. I've
so
had it like
much.
once in a while, probably like once every few months, once every month, you feel me? So I liked it every time, you know?
Yeah, yeah. That's much better whenever you're like
Yeah,
eating a
corn is
specific food too much.
actually
Mm.
corn is actually pretty versatile too, because you can eat it off the cob, you can eat it on the cob, you can complement a dish with it, you can eat it by itself and be fine. It's
Pop
pretty
them in the
good.
grill, like they're really like
Yeah.
they're around.
Pop it in the grill, boil it, like you got hella options, bro. And for that reason, I low key think this could be S tier, but I want to hear your thoughts.
Personally, I think it would be more A tier because of my current dislike. That can probably that's prone to change because our taste buds
Mm-hmm.
will change like every 7 years or whatever.
Yeah.
But corn, personally, I think that because of it like fits like I want to say it's the definition of like a food. I would say more than a vegetable. Instead of just it being a food group, it's a food on its own because it can you can have it straight up. You can have it as an accent dish. You can have it mixed in with a bunch of other things. It hits all three like ticks for like something that you could have as a meal by itself. You may not be
Mm-hmm.
full, but it can be a meal. It can also be a snack as well. So I think it'll be high A tier, S tier, low key.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. All right, next. Oh, this is probably the goat of vegetables right here, the potato. This is
The potato.
easy S tier for me right here. You can have fries, you can have
Yeah,
mashed
I easy agree.
potatoes, you can add like steak and fries is a banger of a fucking dish right there. Like, ooh, this is a banger dish right here. Hash browns are a banger dish. Bro,
Potatoes have never missed with like almost anything that has ever
yeah.
been made with potatoes.
And here's the funny part. It can be healthy or unhealthy, which is funny to me. I just find that absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, it can hit like whatever need you need it to
Yeah.
suit. It can hit that.
You could just this is a pile of marble and you can sculpt it to your liking. This is peak
Absolutely.
vegetable right here. And for that reason, this is probably honestly, this is the goat of vegetables right here. Easy S tier. Honestly, it could even be in a tier of its own if we're being honest with each other. Easy
But
S
yeah, the
tier.
potato tier, absolutely.
Yes. I don't know what the hell this is. what what is this,
That
bro?
I think I know what that is, but I just the name eludes me right now.
Have you tried it? Have you
I
eaten it?
think so, and I didn't like it very much.
Okay, D tier next. Carrots.
Easy D tier. Carrot, big 3. That would be an easy A tier for me just off the bat.
That is true. Okay, so like let me add to it. You can eat it as a snack. You can't eat it as a dish on its own. I mean, you could, but no one really does that unless they're snacking on it. You can boil it.
Yeah, like baby
You
carrots.
can grill them. You can you can probably cook it in some other way that I can't think of right now. I didn't take a cooking class. I don't know how to cook carrots. If we're being real, you can add carrots to a dish as an accent. They notably have some pretty good flavor. You can add carrots and boil them with some other vegetables and make yourself a stew that is absolutely amazing. So for that reason, I would put it in A tier as well. But it's nowhere near the glorious potato. I mean, like the potato is it's outclassed by the potato. If we're being honest with each other,
Yeah, I can see
it's
that. I'm
it's.
personally, I'm not a huge fan of carrots, but
Mm-hmm.
I will eat them in like dishes when they're mixed in with stuff, like they're
Yeah.
cooked into the dish. Like they're really good that way. But I usually don't go on my way to eat carrots by themselves because I've gotten a
Mm-hmm.
little bit sick of them because I've had them a lot too.
Yeah. The carrot flavor for me can add to a lot of dishes. Carrot flavor is very distinct, and you know it's there when you have it, even when you can't like see the carrot itself. You know, like oh, someone put carrots in this. Although there is the atrocity that is known as carrot cake, so I probably have to put it in B tier for that. But honestly,
Yeah.
undeniably, carrot is probably like an icon of vegetables. So we're gonna put it in A tier, high A tier above corn. Actually, no, we'll put it below corn.
Yeah.
We'll put it below corn. Um, next we have. Oh, I know what these are. These are green tomatoes. I think these are green tomatoes. I want to say we use these a lot. We use these a lot in like salsas mostly. So for me personally, I'm gonna put it in C tier because there's no versatility. You can't eat it on its own. You can't eat it as a snack. It's really just used in a sauce mostly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's easy C tier for me right there. White onions. These are pretty much leeks, but better.
Yeah, I would say that.
They have a stronger taste. They have a stronger taste. Let's put them above everything else here. Let me put bees above that. Onions above that. Artichoke. Just leave it there because it's just a faith. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that order's right. Actually, I'm gonna put asparagus at the lowest because it stinks.
It's horrible.
Is this kale? I think that's kale. No, this is kale. This is spinach. This is spinach, right? Yeah, it's spinach. Popeye is the goat of cartoons, so for that reason, spinach is A tier.
Yeah.
Spinach is actually a pretty S tier food. You can use it in salad. You can use it in a sandwich. It's
Oh,
really
it's so
not
good.
bad. It's pretty good.
I
Way
don't
better than
I
lettuce,
mean, like, the
nutritionally
only
speaking.
time that I would ever say spinach could be bad is if it's, like, rotten or past its expiration date.
Yeah, but honestly, like, actually, I'm gonna put it in. I think I'm gonna put it in high B tier. I think it needs a lot of more wow factor for it to stand out to me because it doesn't really stand out to me as it stands currently. Although it's a way better alternative to lettuce, which is unfortunately, but like here's the thing with lettuce though. It's more recognizable. You can do a lot more with it, I feel like. So for that reason, I feel like this is a hard one. Because for me, it's either in high
Yeah.
B tier or low A tier. But I feel like B tier is more suited for spinach because it's not widely known. But honestly, this is like honestly, I feel like I would flip a coin for this one if I'm being honest. But I think for now, I'm gonna just
He
leave it
may
at
as
B.
well. He may as well do the coin flip right now.
Fuck Coin flip. Heads or tails? I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking away right now. Heads or tails? Bro just did not speak. Hello?
It's heads and it was heads. I'd said heads and it was heads.
Alright, let's just flip again. Let's just flip again. So you called heads?
Yeah, I call heads.
Okay. Go
Tails.
tails. So I'm gonna just keep it in C tier. I feel like, or not C tier, B tier. It's not as widely known for me.
Fair enough. I can see.
And ginger, bro, this shit is like crack. Like I've seen some videos. There's this dude on Instagram actually. His name is Jeremiah Jones. This motherfucker, he drinks. He's kind of known for the ginger juice, and like ginger is known for being like hella strong, like flavor wise. It's not quite like capsaicin spicy as is. It's just like super fucking strong. Like you if you bite into a thing of ginger, you're gonna be a new man.
Yeah, I don't want to do that ever in my life. I don't need to, and I have zero desire to, unless it was, of course, for like 20 bucks or something. But
Mm-hmm.
ginger it's a great like garnish, low
Oh
key.
yes, yes, absolutely amazing
It's a
garnish.
great garnish. Like you know how the like have you been to those sushi places, right? And they give you a little thing of ginger like with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ginger. It's really good. Like my mom will mix it with like the soy sauce, and she opened my eyes to like a new world because that's actually a really good combo.
Yeah. So ginger is one of those things where you can't have too much of it, otherwise you're gonna be reborn. I swear on everything I love, bro. If you like take more than like if you take more than a few shreds of fucking ginger and you just take a fat bite into that shit, bro, you're gonna be reborn. You're gonna be freaking you're gonna go from Uriah Stewart to fucking uh, Abdullah Namapovich Assalamu alaikum
Did you just make that up on
Muhammad.
the spot?
Yes, I did. That's how like no, I'm so dead ass though. Like ginger is a different breed of vegetable that like undeniably it's so strong, and for that reason I'm gonna give it a B tier because even if it's not really that versatile, it's actually like also banger tea, banger seasoning, banger ginger ale. By the way, ginger ale's a fucking gas drink.
Ginger ale is so goaded.
So for that reason, it's gonna go in B tier despite its lack of versatility and ability to eat by itself.
Yeah, because you can like eating ginger by itself is probably like a death sentence, honestly.
Unless you're Jeremiah Jones. Shout out Jeremiah Jones, even though he has a lot more followers than I do. Kale, this is
Literally.
mid as fuck, so we're gonna throw it in B tier.
Kale, I mean, I've had a bunch of like really good like kale drinks, like drinks with kale mixed in, and that would put it slightly higher for me. But I don't eat kale as a leafy green by itself, I will say.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat it as a leafy green by itself. It's really good for drinks. I think B tier is
Genuinely would
fair.
have to do that.
I think B tier is fair. It's really good just for drinks, really. Because technically you can have it by itself, technically, as a drink, and it would be good. But if we're being real, kale's not used for much. Spinach is a better salad alternative than kale is. That's my
Absolutely.
opinion. So kale is B tier for me. Honestly, below the pumpkin because pumpkin pie is just way better.
Yeah.
Next, we have garlic. This is a debatable one. Like
Okay.
if we're being real, this is really
Genuinely,
debatable.
there are very few dishes that I can name, like big, like very like hearty dishes that I can name that don't feature garlic. Garlic is like so very present in a lot of the foods that I've had that it's very hard to imagine where I would be without garlic.
Absolutely, I
So I can't
agree.
hate it. It's not like it's not like the god of like vegetables, but
It's not.
it is very necessary whenever you're like when you're flavoring a dish. It gives it such like a unique flavor that you genuinely cannot find in any other
Yes.
vegetable or any other like seasoning or anything like that. That it's hard to imagine where we'd be without it.
I will go even further and say this. I put onion in C tier because of the texture, but with garlic you don't get that. Because because most of the time when you put garlic in a dish, it's either the full clove and it's usually kind of dissolved by the time you boil it enough or cook it enough, right? Or like 90 like the rest of the time you're going to smash it up or dice it or whatever and then throw it in that bitch. And I'm telling you, garlic adds a lot. Oh, also, garlic bread. So you know what? Fuck it, S tier. It's just that
Absolutely.
good.
Garlic bread, the absolute goat of all, like, you can have garlic bread by itself. You have garlic bread on the side with pasta. Garlic bread is I've not known a single person who has ever disliked garlic bread
Yeah, no, it's
because it's just it's impossible to dislike garlic for that.
see the moment garlic bread came in the conversation, I was like, you know what? No, this is easy S tier,
Yeah,
low
immediate
S
S tier
tier,
just because of garlic bread.
low S tier, but S tier nonetheless.
Yeah, the most legendary of all dishes is garlic bread.
Oh yeah, radish, mid as fuck. Like it's really,
Mid,
honestly,
horrible.
dare I say, I'll I'll honestly say that radishes are just not. Mm, they're missing something. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah,
they're way too they are way too similar to lettuce. Kind of this is kind of like lettuce in a form like solid lettuce. Like if lettuce is leaves layered, radish is just a ball of lettuce, like a solid ball of lettuce. That's what I feel like it is.
yeah. I can see that. I can see that.
But radishes are nowhere near as well known as lettuce. So for that reason, honestly, I'm gonna put it in like a low C tier, but above asparagus though. Yeah, but above asparagus for sure.
Yeah, most definitely, because asparagus is the worst vegetable of all time.
I'm trying to figure out what this is. Are these chickpeas? It couldn't possibly be chickpeas. Well, let me look.
Those might be chickpeas.
Ah, damn, they are chick. Yeah, nope, fucking F tier. I don't even care what anyone says. They're
You know
stupid.
what? I can't even argue with you on that because it is your tier list. But I'm a big fan of chickpeas because of the way they're very prevalent in the culture where my mom, like my mom's side, comes from, and
Mm-hmm.
they're in a good handful of dishes, and I've had them plenty of times. They're pretty good if you prepare them right. But honestly, to each their own is what I would say here.
You know, I've only tried chickpeas in one form, and to be honest, they weren't really that good of a form. So maybe I'm really being harsh on chickpeas here because of that one way. It's like, of course, I have to make a racist comparison, but it's like, a black guy robbed me, so all black people are bad. You feel me? But there's a lot of
Yeah,
great black
kinda.
people out there. You feel me? So you know what? I'll throw it in C tier out of faith, just like the artichoke. I'll give it some faith here. But I'm gonna have to see some S tier chickpea dishes from your mother, though. All right. I hope you know that.
I will do my very best not to disappoint. I'll have her make sure she busts out all the stops.
Yeah. Bok choy. Never had it, so I can't really comment on it.
Never had it either. Although it is a goaded plant in Plants vs Zombies, so I'd give it a B tier for that just because.
Fuck it. Pretty fucking good plant, honestly. Broccoli. Ooh.
Honestly,
Ooh. Look, for me,
my goat, my goat right there.
look. I love broccoli too, undeniably. Banger of a vegetable. But we're talking about we're- if we wanted to put it in the S tier club, we're looking at garlic and potatoes. Like, what does broccoli bring to the table?
Broccoli, broccoli, it's nice and solid. You can steam it, you can boil it, you can grill it, you can do a lot of things with broccoli. However, it doesn't have the it does not have a level of versatility as potatoes, for example, or dare I say even corn.
Mm,
But you can have broccoli. You can have a bowl of broccoli by itself. You
that's fair.
can put it in a lot of dishes. Cheesy broccoli is really good. Steamed broccoli is good if you salt it correctly. And like shrimp and broccoli, absolutely fire dish that I get from the Chinese place, like down the street from my house. Like I've never been steered wrong whenever it has come to broccoli. I've never had bad broccoli. The only time broccoli would ever be considered bad, quote unquote, is if it was one, like not cooked for long enough, or two, they just didn't salt it correctly. And you can easily amend that yourself by putting salt on it yourself.
You know what? Honestly, that's a fair point. It's really kind of hard to fuck up broccoli. And
Genuinely,
yeah,
it's like one of the easiest vegetables to cook.
and notably, I honestly think I have broccoli over carrots in my opinion. So for that reason, I'll put it right next to corn. I think it's a really good
Yeah.
I think it's a really good vegetable, but it's just lacking that oomph to put it into the S tier because we got. And here's the thing: garlic got into S tier alone based off the factor of flavor that it adds to a bunch of dishes. Like so many dishes benefit from garlic, and notably, garlic bread is like the goat, arguably, of just food. Most people fucking love garlic. Like there are so many people in this world that love garlic bread, and this vegetable right here is that reason, bro. Undeniably, so garlic is S
Absolutely.
tier. So when we got competition like that, like broccoli just isn't competing. You feel me?
Yeah, it's like it's in the competition. It just did not score high enough.
It just didn't, bro. Like this is like placing fourth place in the Olympics if we're being real. It's up there. It's just not quite up
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You know?
Like you were there, like, but you're not like you're not gonna get the television
Mm,
like the TV recognition that the
yeah.
top three did. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Beets.
that's a CT for me, just automatic CT for me.
I've tried
I
beets.
don't eat beets that often. Period.
They're alright. They're pretty mid. Like I got not much to say about them. Hold on, let me
Yeah, I don't
let me
have
click.
anything to say about beets either, honestly.
Are turnips on here? Turnips aren't on this list. They honorable mention turnips. Turnips are low key a banger of a vegetable.
Yeah, they
Turnip greens
are.
notably are pretty good too. I don't know what you know about turnip greens, my boy. A lot, I imagine.
Mm, not too much. I've had them, not super often.
They're banger. They're not bad at all. But I'm surprised they didn't add it to this list. Yeah, no, these are definitely radishes though. But anyways, C tier above asparagus though
Easily.
because
Yeah,
asparagus is just like,
anything is above asparagus, dude.
but it's just not quite D tier though for me. You know, but tomatoes, man, this is another
The
one.
humble tomato.
This one is so like hit and miss for me. Like this is a 50-50 fruit for
Because
me because
you gotta listen. You gotta listen here. We got tomatoes are responsible for the absolute pinnacle of human engineering with food, and that is pizza. You
well,
got
you're right, bro.
pizza sauce, you got ketchup, you got tomato soup, you got tomato paste. Like tomatoes are used in huge variety of dishes. Spaghetti, like most pastas have tomatoes in them. I cannot imagine. I can okay. Here's what I will say though. I don't like tomatoes by themselves. I don't like the cherry tomatoes. I don't like those.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I do like tomato products. Tomato products are responsible for like a good half of my food taste because they're
Mm-hmm.
also unique. Like with garlic, they're super unique. Like especially if you add like especially if you're using them as like a garnish, you're using them for extra flavor. When you put tomato in a dish, you know it's there. Like it's almost like the highlight of the dish sometimes. It depends on which dish though. Like if you have like those little like what are they? Sauteed like tomatoes in those pasta dishes
Mm-hmm.
and you eat them like with that spool of pasta that you got in your fork, they're really good. Like it's a nice burst of flavor. It's a little bit sweet, but it's also super savory. I have not been entirely wronged by tomato ever in my life.
Notably, a lot of Hispanic dishes use tomato paste pretty much as a base for
Yes,
salsa. So honestly, I think that's a pretty hard fought S tier for me because despite not being able to eat it on its own, much like garlic, it's a fucking staple of dishes, bro. Like you can't like a lot of food just goes out the window without tomatoes. If we're being honest with each other here, so yeah,
exactly.
I think it's S tier. I yeah, I would be fine going with S tier here.
Yeah, it's honestly kind of one of the big three of vegetables, despite not even being a vegetable. It's just like an honorary
Yeah,
mention here.
no, for real. But S tier still, regardless. Squash. I think
Yeah,
this is. I've never had this kind of squash before, so I don't think I can judge. But I just,
I haven't had that one either. I usually have butternut squash.
if it's anything like zucchini, I would imagine it's just pretty mid if we're being real. Mm, And notably, I don't remember. I don't see it being in many dishes, if we're being honest too. So for that reason, I'll put it above asparagus.
Fair enough.
Cabbage, banger of a fucking vegetable right here, boys and girls.
Absolute banger.
Banger. You can use it in a stew. You can low key use it. Honestly, I think it's better than lettuce. It's like right above lettuce for me because the leaves of the cabbage are so much more like they're better for like the healthy tacos that everybody does nowadays because they're so healthy, you know. But Loki, banger of a fucking vegetable. I mean, shit, you can boiled cabbage is Loki a banger of a dish. Some cabbage soup, get that bitch in
Agreed.
there, bro. Like simple but really good. Um, Not much else to say about it, to be honest with you. Although I will say it does lack versatility because you can't really use cabbage in a salad. That's more of a lettuce thing, if we're being honest with each other. So for that reason,
Yeah, I do not imagine cabbage being a.
yeah, for that reason, I'll put it in like a high B tier. I'll put it above spinach because it's just not as versatile as lettuce is. I think it's really good, banger of a vegetable, but lettuce is just like more versatile. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cauliflower. This is literally just broccoli at home. I think we can all agree this is a C tier.
Yeah, it's broccoli, but somehow slightly worse. I don't know how you mess up.
I don't know. I have no idea. But regardless, this is literally just broccoli at home, so C tier, right above asparagus. But yeah, just right above asparagus.
Yeah.
Eggplant, never had it, can't judge it. What about you?
Genuinely never had eggplant either. I can't judge either.
We'll just throw it.
Despite it being used, being kind of like memed to death as a vegetable, I would say. It's like it's probably pretty good, but I've just never cared enough to have it.
It's funny looking, so S tier. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'll throw it in A
S
tier
tier is
because,
crazy off of funny looking.
or you know what? You know what? I'll put it in like a low B tier because it's a banger of an emoji.
Yeah.
And this mystery vegetable that I still don't know what it is.
We still don't you know what? That'll be like you can't even rate it really because we don't know what it is.
I'll just throw it in D tier and leave it at that.
Yeah.
This is a tier
Honestly,
list. This is a
honestly, I
tier
think this
list.
is a pretty stacked tier list. I think that everything is rated decently based on I mean, this is all like also just based on our own personal experience,
Yes.
but it does take into account the general opinion of some of these vegetables slash
Yes.
fruits because of some of the fruits on here.
I feel like a lot of people would put peas a lot higher. Here's what my thoughts, my afterthoughts on this are. Damn, I've been making, bro. This video is about to be like an hour long. Hell yeah, baby. Long ass video. Let's fucking go. I did not imagine this taking that long. If I'm being real, it's
Me
3
neither,
a.m.
considering it
boots.
was like how many vegetables is it? It's like what, 20 or
20.
so?
Yeah, it's not even that many vegetables, but we're just yappers, bro. I'm gonna have to put this in parts if I'm being honest with you. But
Upload it as one hour long video and just you can have it playing in the background as you're doing something else.
I'll probably have a I'll probably cut some. I'll probably go into the editor and cut some parts. But um, yeah, boys and girls, this is a tier list. This is honestly a banger of a tier list right here. I don't really think it can get any better than this. I mean, once we try all of the vegetables on this list, though, it probably does get better. But fuck okra. I hate okra. Funnily
Yeah,
enough,
fuck asparagus too. Honorary mention asparagus, worst vegetable.
I don't know. I just doesn't give me that. You you would have to be in my body to understand what I feel about okra. Like if I'm being like you would have to like do some Tamashi insert type shit. If you know, you know. But I don't know. I That's just my opinion on it. But other than that, we didn't really disagree on much either. Like if we're being real. Like
Yeah, not really.
yeah, pretty banger, tier list. Nothing much else to say other than goodbye, my friends. Thank you for watching this very long video. I hope to see you on the next one. And as always, like, subscribe, and you know what? Just stay cool, bro. Later.